Now I'm starting. So these are the easy versions. And easy versions are that momentum left hand side, momentum right hand side, magnitude wise, these will be equal. And if these are equal, then here we go. We can simply write P star square divided by 2 mu plus M2G into that is the potential energy gain is equal to half of M2 into U relative square. Here U relative was equal to U itself. So we are getting this answer so easily. It is easy task for us to do it. But now modifications I want to take. Modifications will be, I don't want to find this thing that where it lands. Instead of that, I want to find out that what is the normal direction exerted by it when it is at a certain position. Maybe while it is already covering an angle theta on this, then at this place, what is the normal direction acting on it? Those are slightly tougher questions. We can do easily, but slightly tougher. So in order to find normal direction, first thing that should come to your mind is that we should not solve it from the ground frame, because in the ground frame, it will be slightly more complicated as the path of the body is also not clear. In which place the path is clear? Path is clear if I look from this. Then definitely it is a circular path. And if it is a well-defined path, then for well-defined path, we have well-defined accelerations. It has acceleration one centripetal and the other
one tangential.
But one thing we have to do now, we have to take a pseudo force also into account. So that is not much of a disadvantage. We can take pseudo force into account and we can start solving it in this frame. So just a brief overview I'm giving you that how to tackle such problems. Don't worry, I will solve this in detail. But at that time, you will understand it better if you just listen to me what I'm saying now. This question, for example, similar question only. When this comes here, this ball comes here, then again, if you want to find normal, same thing. Now make the person stand here on this. If the person is standing on this, then this path is just a perfectly circular path. And we can again use the same concept that circular path will have two accelerations possible. One is centripetal, centripetal towards the center is this side. So we can again we have to take pseudo force into account, because this wedge right now will be in this place when in the red position of the ball, it will be displacing towards acceleration towards right. So pseudo force must be acting on it towards left. So I have to take those pseudo forces into account, and then we are ready to get such questions easily. Before we do all these things, let us do one thing. If I have already kept those images anywhere, let me bring those. No, those are not here. I don't know where those images are going these days. I thought I saved yesterday. I don't know why these are not getting saved. Anyway, no problem. I will copy these again. So here, which one I should take? Maybe
this one.
Maybe this one is okay. This one.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
In this, what I had asked yesterday, I asked just to find out speed, and I think that only is in this stage. Nothing we cannot. Normal also I can ask to find. Although, but normal we already discussed such questions in just laws of motion. So let us leave the normal part here, and I will take this question to the next page. This I will take. That I will solve. Yes, let us bring it here and try solving it in detail. So I will clean the diagram again, and then we'll do it again freshly. And this time, first of all, from where should we release it? I think if you want to take a most general case, then I will release it at an angle alpha, and then finally it will be making an angle beta. That will be the most general case which we can do. So let us think like that only. Let us say, oh no, this time I'm making it simple because that also can be done easily. Let us release it from horizontal position. The string was initially kept like this, and then it was released here. And at this position, when it makes an angle theta with horizontal, at that instant of time, we have to find out what will be the tension acting in the string. Find tension in string when it makes an angle theta with horizontal. Initially, the String was horizontal. And then system is released from rest. String was horizontal and straight. It was horizontal and straight means there were no such slack. String was not slack. It was not loose. It was straight, not slack. I can say this thing. It was horizontal and straight by this way also. It was just taut. Or I can simply say it is not loose or not slack. You should know these words also. Sometimes otherwise you will see these words, you will not be familiar, you will not be able to solve. So initially string was just horizontal and straight and we release it. The moment we release it, after some time it will be making an angle theta with the horizontal. And in that particular position, what is our aim? We want to find out tension T. So as you know, last time I mentioned, I have to say it again, specify it again. Friction is zero everywhere. There is no friction anywhere. So if there is no friction anywhere, then how to solve now? Solution starts here.
An external force is zero.
This is all the statement of question only. Solution starts here now. So in the blue position of the same string, initially string was in the red position. Now it is coming to blue position, and while it is in blue position, we want to find out what is the tension. So to do that, first of all, let us make a simplified diagram for this again, in which I want to represent the velocities of these masses. Let me take it. And on this there is a ring somewhere. It's a bead. There is a bead around it, and this is attached to the string. And while it is at an angle, while it is making an angle theta with horizontal. At that particular instant of time, we are interested in determining acceleration theta right here. So let us represent some variables in this. I don't know how many times I will read it, so I will save it somewhere if it is saved again. Yes, it is getting saved now. Anyway, so mass is what mass I gave for the horizontal part. Following our own convention, I was taking
M1, sir.
M1. This is my own convention only. It is not obviously a standard convention. M1 and M2. So in this particular case, it is much easier to analyze the problem in the frame of M1 because it is just moving in a circular path. We can solve it easily. Before we do that, let us first represent their momentum. We know that momentum in center of mass frame along horizontal direction. Along horizontal direction, the momentum value will be exactly equal P star, P star. And that I can write as mu into V relative also along horizontal. Let us call it Vx relative, mu into Vx relative, and that is equal to mu into Vx relative. I'm not writing Vx relative, but it is understood it is relative. Relative means of 1 with respect to 2. Here Vx actually means velocity of 1 with respect to 2 along x. See how many subscripts 1, 2 and x. To avoid all those, I'm just writing Vx. Now, also it has additional velocity in downward direction, and I think you understand why it has downward direction velocity also. Let us call that as Vy. Will it have? Yes, it will have.
Sir, acceleration component.
Actional force acts on M2.
Yes. So now we know one thing, that overall the path followed is circular. In which frame it is circular? In the frame of
M of M1.
M1.
M1, sir.
If in his frame path is circular, then if this angle is theta, this angle, I think I can make some angles, more angles here. No, if I take this, extend it here, and then I take this horizontal line here. With horizontal line, it was making an angle theta. Then with this side, it will be 90 minus theta.
90 minus
And this side again, it is theta again.
theta.
Theta.
And what is the V relative direction? Relative velocity was in which direction? Relative velocity was along
Negative x. Negative x-axis.
along this side. And what was the value of that? Wait, let me shift this P from here. What was the value of this? We know we did not know, but we have assumed it's something Vx. So it is that Vx here. And we know one thing, that if I take the resultant of these two, then definitely and definitely that resultant will be lying along the path being followed, because the resultant velocity is always in that direction only. We know that
Yes, sir.
clearly. There is no doubt about it. So this is the resultant finally along the tangent. If resultant is this side,
I'm right.
then we can say
Vy.
this is net V and this is here Vx. Then we can say Vx is equal to Vy
Cot theta.
times, I think we can say tan theta.
Tan theta Vx by Vx Vy tan theta. Yes, sir. Vy tan theta.
Vy tan theta. So that is right. It is simple now, I think so. We know Vx is relative velocity, and we can write the kinetic energy total as what is the kinetic energy now. After this, we can start solving it normally the way we do it. Kinetic energy I can write as P star
half
square
mu
or half into mu into reduced mass into V
Half
relative
into nu into Vx.
Vx square
plus
plus
half
plus half into mu.
half into M into
M
M2
into
is
V-
M2, I think.
Vy.
M2 has additional component always as because it
Vy.
is vertical component.
Vy square, sir.
Is equal to what?
potential.
Is equal to the potential energy being lost. And as I took this case from here, it is being lost. So it has fallen from, let us say, a length of the string. So it has fallen to height
L sin theta.
L sin theta.
Yes, sir.
This equation is conservation of mechanical energy equation. Did we use conservation of momentum here or not?
You use it, I think.
We use conservation of momentum, but you may not be knowing it. It is subconsciously you used it already. While we said it is P star and it is also P star. While we said that both sides, this side is P star and that side also it is P star. What indirectly we are saying, or while we are using this formula itself, mu into Vx square, this formula indirectly we are saying that this momentum in this frame are equal and opposite, and then momentum is 0 in the beginning and now also it is 0. So that is what we have been doing. So it means already we have used it.
Conservation momentum is
We have
used.
already
Yes.
used the conservation of momentum. Okay, but this we used means in such a way so that it was very subtle and we were not even knowing that we use it, but we have used it obviously and we should know it. We should be conscious about it. So half of mu into Vx square plus half of M2 into Vy square is equal to M2 into G into L sin theta. That is right. And how many unknowns in this? Two variables, Vx and Vy, but those are related with each other. I can write Vx and Vy, Vy tan theta as Vx, or Vy I can write as Vx cot theta.
Yes, sir.
We can do that. And then how many unknowns will be there? Just Vx is the unknown remaining now, and we can get Vx so easily now. So let us do that. Let us obtain Vx if you want. Or I can do one thing also. I can obtain maybe V only. That also we can do if you want to obtain V. Okay, let us see what is more convenient. Should we obtain V or should we obtain Vx? Now
Yeah, Vx also Vx relative only.
I
now,
will
sir.
try to find out thus what happens in the frame of this person who is standing on this. In his frame, there is a centripetal acceleration acting on this, and there is a tangential acceleration acting on this. Tangential acceleration is parallel to this green vector here. Centripetal is parallel to this blue string towards the center it will be acting. So it is parallel to the blue string, right? And what is the value of centripetal acceleration in his frame? It is just V total square divided by
L.
L. That is, it is. What is A tangential? That is a little bit of concern. We need to find it out. And anyway, what are the forces acting along this side? Along this side, one force is tangent.
Tension
Another
and
force
downwards.
is component of
M
M
is
this side. I think it is theta. It is 90 minus theta. So
mg
mg.
sin theta, sir. Sin theta.
Mg sin theta will be this side.
And tangential
But
is
there
due
will
to
be
mg
pseudo
cos
force
theta.
also now. Why there will be pseudo force? Reason for that.
With respect to
this.
this frame, we are
Someone has
doing.
acceleration.
Yes, this
With
guy
respect to
has
that frame, we are
acceleration,
doing.
and he is accelerating in this direction with acceleration. Let us call that acceleration to be A1. If he has acceleration A1, then there will be pseudo force also acting on it, and I have to take that also into consideration. Now things are becoming a little messy here. All the things are written already. So why don't we just draw the force diagram separately in the next page? That will be more better. I think that will be better. Here you just here you focus only on conservation of energy. Will it help us? Yes, it will also help us at least to answer few things if they have not even asked. If they have not even asked what is the tension, but instead of that they are asking what is the speed of M1, what is the speed of M2. Those questions we can answer here only, and let us. Why don't we first answer those? Then we move on to the next page. Let us answer those first. So we can write it as half of mu into Vx square plus half of M2 into Vx square into cot square theta is equal to M2 into G into L sine theta. So we are getting Vx from here. What is Vx? Vx is equal to multiply by 2 into M2 into G into L sine theta divided by
Mu plus
M2
mu plus C M2 cot
M2
square theta,
cot
sir.
square theta.
M2 into
Cot square theta
cot square theta
under root.
under
whole under the root.
Yes.
I hope I have not done calculations wrong. Is it right? Right only, I think.
Right only, sir. It was.
So this is Vx. And from Vx can we obtain V also? If they ask V, what is the relative speed? Although normally I have seen they will not be interested in the relative. They will be asking what are the individual speeds, let us say. If they are asking individual speeds, once I know the relative, individual is so easy to obtain.
Yes,
What
sir.
is V1? V1 I can write this formula. M1 V1 is equal to mu into Vx and is equal to M2 into Vx. Sorry, V2x.
V2.
V2x I should say. That is M2 into V2x. These are very simple to obtain. And then what is V2 net? V2 net we can obtain as this Vy is also V2y.
Yes.
This is the velocity of 2 along y axis in ground frame also. Y in ground frame also same, and y in the relative also it is same. Reason is
Because
this
it is
upper
not having
block,
relative
this bead is not moving in vertical direction. It has only horizontal
horizontal
velocity.
component of acceleration.
So if it is only having horizontal velocity, then it means the motion relative to this in vertical direction will be same as motion relative to ground in vertical direction. So therefore, this Vy was relative velocity with respect to that, but V2y is also same thing. Velocity of 2 along y-axis is also same thing as the velocity of 2 relative to that, that is also same thing. So then fine, then we are knowing what is V2y here. V2y will be equal to V2, velocity of 2 along y-axis will be just Vx into cot theta. And we are obtaining Vx from here. Vx we are obtaining from here. No, sorry, Vx we obtained from here. We will obtain V1 from here. Anyway, we are getting V1. We are getting V2y also. So we are getting the speeds. One part is answered if they ask this thing. But if they don't stop here and they want to ask something else, then let us try to answer that part now. What next question they can ask? They can ask, what is the tension? Now that part we have to answer. So to answer that part, now again I will prefer to draw the diagram again. This time for forces, mainly focusing on forces. So normal is acting on this in the top upward direction that we know. Last time what I wrote here, I wrote velocities, but now I will be writing acceleration. Let its acceleration be a1. Then its acceleration along horizontal will be a2x. And it will have some vertical acceleration also. It will have vertical also, and that will be something a2y, we can say.
A2y.
A2y. These are the accelerations.
A2x plus
And
A1
I know again I can apply formula m1 into a1 is equal to m2 into a2x
mu
along x. These are having, because net external force along x is 0. If that is 0, then I can write sigma
A2x is
mi
relative only at that time.
aix is equal to 0. Or I can simply say that acceleration along x-axis for the center of mass, acceleration of center of mass along x-axis is 0. This is same as this, and this is same as this, and this, from this we are getting m1 a1 positive, m2 a2 was negative. So when we take it to the other side of the equal sign, then it will become m1 a1 is equal to m2 a2x. Have you understood this so far?
So is it A2x was relative only or?
A2x
No,
is
it is
in
not
ground frame only.
relative.
Ground frame only, not relative. Ground frame.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It is ground frame only.
But while writing force equation, we need to consider pseudo force.
It is ground frame. Till now it is in ground frame only. Till now I have not taken that
Pseudo.
pseudo force into account. It is in ground frame.
Yes.
So, So what we want to find out? We want to find out the tension T, right? We want to find out the tension T. And luckily, I know one acceleration here in this direction in ground frame. Do I know this acceleration in the ground frame in this direction? I think, no, I don't know that. Wait a second. Do I know? Tension is acting this side, and this side only force acting is due to mg.
Both sides
This is theta. This side force acting is only mg.
cos theta.
So therefore, I can calculate this acceleration here in the ground frame. I'm saying, not in
Ground frame we can calculate.
yes, in
sir.
ground frame I can calculate. I don't know what it is in other frames, but in ground frame I'm sure.
In
So
other
let-
frame, this one also have component.
If I know this in the ground frame, then I can write this equation. See what I can do here. I can say force in this direction is mg.
Cos theta.
mg
Is
cos
equal
theta is
to-
equal to m1g cos theta. I can say m1g cos theta is equal to m1 into a
Root over
to x. This angle was theta. This was theta. So this is 90
that was
theta. This is theta.
M2 sir, that
Component of
was.
a to x in this
A
direction.
to X sin theta, sir.
A to x sin theta. Then component of a to y in this direction. Plus
A to y cos
to
theta.
y
A to y
cos
cos
theta. Unfortunately, not getting answer till now because there are two unknowns, a to x and a to y. That's why first equation is also there. If I use this
Sir,
equation,
M2G cos theta.
then I get m1 a1 is equal to m2 a2x is equal to mu into a relative
A1 to
a1 plus a2x, or I can say just a
1 to
a
Sir,
relative
here
along
both are M2G cos theta and M2 into C.
a relative
The
along
first
x.
equation.
But now also we cannot get answer. Are we getting from here also? No. Why not? Because it brings another unknown a1 into picture. We are getting one more equation, but other unknowns are also coming. So now can we write in that frame now? Yes, we can do that. How? See this way.
Sir, in down equation.
Sir, in first equation, M2G cos theta, sir.
M2G cos
It was m2.
M2G cos theta is
M2
equals
was.
to M2 into. Yes,
It was sorry m2 and this is also m2,
M2.
right? But still we are noticing that we are not getting it. But anyway, these equations are correct. Means what are the tools we are having? Let us analyze those properly. Answers we will get. Don't worry about that. Answers definitely we will be getting. Different ways we can use to get the answers. Not that much of an issue. But these are the tools that we are having. Now, I know one more thing here, that with respect to 1, 2 is moving in this kind of path here, and it has one acceleration which is centripetal acceleration, and I know the formula for centripetal acceleration also. I think so.
V square by L, sir.
V square by
V relative to
V relative square by length.
L.
That is a centripetal acceleration. So it means in his frame it has this acceleration and the tangential acceleration. Is there any way so that I can calculate this acceleration? If I can calculate this acceleration in terms of these a1, a2, etc., then I will put that acceleration equal to v square by L, and we will be getting answer from that, because we already know what is v. In the last question we already know what is v. What is the relative acceleration along this side? Let's try to get that acceleration now. What is the relative acceleration in this direction? I think I can obtain it by writing in terms of a2x and a2y. That I can write it as, along this side the acceleration will come out to be relative acceleration. I want relative means, let us call this axis something. Let us call it as what should I call it? Radial axis, centripetal axis. Radial axis I can say. Radial axis. No, R will be confusing from relative. Let us name this axis something. What should I name it? Parallel to the string. Okay, I am calling it as parallel axis. Parallel to the string. So along this parallel, I will take the components now for A1, and I will write this equation: acceleration of 2 with respect to 1, acceleration of 2 with respect to 1 along parallel axis has to be equal to v square by L. Acceleration of 2 along parallel axis will be pointing this side, let us say, and that, and A1 is in opposite side to that. So if I add, I can add this because these are in opposite sides, plus A1 parallel, that is equal to v square by L. Now I have to just write this A2 parallel and A1 parallel. What is A2 parallel here? A2 parallel will be now, because of A2x and because of A2y, it will be becoming A2x cos theta minus A2y sin theta plus A1 parallel is just A1 into
A1
cos
theta
is equal to v square by L. How many unknowns in this? These only unknowns, A1, A2x and A2.
A1.
Y. So means we are getting these answers now because there are 3 questions and 3 unknowns. One equation
sir.
here, one
Here we can
equation
resolve.
here, one equation here. We can solve these and we can get the answer from it. But no, this is not yet enough because I want to simplify it further. I want to simplify it in such a way so that you can do it in the examination in less time also. Now, even though you are having equations, but some of you may be discouraged that by these equations, how can we do it in the examination? So to be able to do it in the examination, let me simplify it further. So you follow that method only, which I'm going to tell you now. But anyway, these equations are all right. Analysis was correct. There is nothing wrong. But let us simplify further. So for further simplification, this angle was given as theta. From this person's perspective, if I observe, then here the forces acting are now M2G and M1 A1. And path followed is just a perfect circular path. So very good for us. Just a pure circular path on. That makes the things easier to analyze because now we know with clarity that the path is circular, and we will assume that instead of one force there are 2 forces. One is right here, M2 into M. Is what is it 2? Again, I'm writing it 1. I think it was 2. M2 into A1 and M2 into G. That is correct. This angle is theta. If I take a tangent line, then this side it will make again theta. This side tension acting on this is T. So it is okay, right or not? And it has centripetal acceleration this side. What is the centripetal acceleration? Centripetal acceleration is V square by L. So let us do it now. We are writing it as tension plus M2 into A1 cos theta. Along which axis we are writing? Along
Parallel axis.
along the string axis, along string. So T plus M2
Minus
into
M2
cos theta minus of M2 into G sin theta
is equal to V square
is equal to M2 times V square by L, where V is already V relative, which we obtained in the last page or last page. This was this is our value of with what we wanted to find out. Our aim is to find out T, but unfortunately again what on other see we know A1 we don't know only. Just one thing we don't know, that is A1. So to obtain A1, again a very simple task. How will we obtain? I will tell you. I know here that what is the tangent, what is the net relative acceleration for this in tangent direction? I know that. Do I know that or not? In tangent side also I can find it out easily. I think so by using these equations. What are these equations here? M2G plus M2 into A1 is equal to, let us say it as tangential acceleration rate of centripetal was this, and these are both relative. This is equal to M2 into A tau. Second equation. Also, if I have these two accelerations, centripetal and tangential, using these two I can find out relative acceleration in horizontal direction. What is angle made by this with horizontal? Theta. What is angle made by this with horizontal? 90 minus theta. Then what is the relative acceleration in horizontal direction? AX relative. AX relative will be equal to AC centripetal into cos theta plus tangential into sin theta. Right? Say something. AC cos theta plus A tau sin theta. I am just taking the components along parallel.
Okay,
along,
sir.
not along the horizontal, along x-axis. Reason for doing all that is I can write this equation at last. M1 into A1 is equal to mu into AX
relative x.
relative. We can use this equation here.
Then again AC A2.
Again,
Sir, can you explain equation 2?
what you want me to explain?
Equation 2, sir. M2G plus M2A1 equals to.
So we can't get the no, sir.
So in that equation,
No, sorry. My God, what am I doing always? Obviously,
that was wrong.
wrong. Obviously, I have
Yes,
to see
sir.
components. Sorry. What am I doing here?
So
Root over
M2G into cos theta plus M2
M2
into
A1 sin theta is equals
sin
to
theta
M2
is
into
equal
M2
A2.
A2.
Sorry,
Yes, sir.
big mistake I was committing, and I think you were just thinking about that only. And now is it clear? After this, I did nothing. After that, it is AC and eta. I took its components, and then I
Yes, sir.
just wrote AX relative, acceleration along x-axis relative to this. AX relative comes out to be AC cos theta plus eta sin theta. And once I know that AX relative, then I can write mu into AX relative is equal to M1 into A1. This is our third equation.
So AC is known.
AC is
known.
AC is V square by L. That is known to us.
Yes, sir. Known. And A2.
Eta is also now known. It was not known before, but after writing this equation right here, actually we can say it is not known till now also, but it is known in terms of another unknown, that is A1.
Yes, sir. A1 was there again.
It is known in terms of A1. Directly it is still not known.
So we are having 3 equations now, sir, with A1.
I think you may still think that it is still same as before. There is no convenience, but let me make it convenient again. I will try to make it more convenient so that you can see how can we do it easily. This AX relative is very easily known to us already here in the diagram itself. Without writing equations, I can, here I'm writing equations formally. That's why it is appearing to be tough. I will not even write the equations if I have to do it. I will just write here component of eta in horizontal direction. What is the component of eta in horizontal direction?
A2 sin theta.
A2 sin.
That is equal to just
A2 sin theta.
eta
Sin theta, sir.
sin theta.
Sin theta.
Eta sin theta I will write here. And at the same time, V square by L cos theta, that also I will write here only, in this place only. And that
V square by L cos theta.
plus V square by L cos theta. So without having to write the equation, I mean that in the diagram only we can do such things here directly. So here only we can say that this was having two accelerations due to centimeters component and due to this. This is V square by L cos theta plus eta into sin theta. This is the net horizontal acceleration. Once I know what is the net horizontal acceleration, next we can write
Sir, that is acceleration of 2 along x.
that is acceleration of M2
Along x.
along horizontal.
X-axis.
Along horizontal it is.
Okay.
This is equal to, and this is the relative acceleration along horizontal. So this into mu is equal to M1 into A1. It is equal to M1 into A1. So that these are this is the thing which we are having. Means ultimately the equations, I think these three equations are almost unavoidable only. We have to just go through these. No, I remember I developed one method which was, but not for such cases. That was for small angles. For small angles, when we will do SHM, then I will give you a wonderful method in which I don't have to do all this also, and we can get answer very fast, almost instantaneously orally. But that is only for small angle oscillations, not for large angles. For large angles, I think we have not any way to avoid these. This much we have to do. This much work is required to be able to get the answer. So minimum this much we need. Then only we can get the attention. But as I told you, therefore the examiner also normally they don't ask such questions. Normally they will also ask the questions in which the string just becomes vertical, so that we don't have to go into all these details. And when the string becomes vertical, then this observer is not accelerating in that case. Is he accelerating in that case? No. Why? Because if the string is vertical, then only force acting on this observer is m1g downwards, this ring here, speed here, and normal upwards, and tension also downwards. So only acceleration that it can have is vertical acceleration, but it is not to have allowed to have vertical acceleration. Reason? Because it is tied to, it is fixed to that. It is sliding on that horizontal ring. Sorry, horizontal. It is rod, and because of that, because it is sliding on that horizontal rod, and horizontal rod just remains at rest, so its vertical acceleration has to be 0. If it has vertical acceleration, then it will penetrate into the rod. It will cut the rod. It cannot cut through it. It has to stay there only. So if it has to stay put, it means the vertical component of acceleration has to be 0. So the thing is that it has no horizontal acceleration as there is no horizontal force, and it has no vertical acceleration as it cannot have vertical acceleration. So this observer is now non-accelerating frame, and it becomes inertial frame. In which case, it becomes inertial frame in the case when the string becomes vertical. So we are able to solve the question easily without having to worry about anything directly, because it was just inertial frame only in that case. So in that frame, it was just moving in circular path. So we were able to say tension will be, in that case, tension upwards and m2g downwards. If they are asking tension, then tension minus m2g will be equal to m into v square by l. Understood? That question was very easy. Just no need to take pseudo forces, no need to write so many questions, just one simple equation and we get the answer. Anyway, next we have based on same idea only, we have other problems also. This problem is here. Can you solve it further now? I think now you can solve it. I'm just leaving it here only, and it will not be that tough to solve. Don't think that this question, if it appears, it will be very tough. This problem will be much easier if they give if the data is given, because then we don't have to write everything in terms of these variables only. We will have to write the values, and so many things will become simplified because of that. So and don't worry, it will not be that tough, even if this question appears. Now, second question was when we were taking that.
కార్తికేయ
This one. Now, based on same idea, and first let us answer the easy part. What is the easy part here? Easy part was what is the normal when it becomes vertical. I think that I answered yesterday.
Vertical.
You remember that how I answered yesterday? Just
Sir.
it will come to downside, and when it comes to downside, then again p
we can write the equation and
half into
minus
mu into v
MD.
relative square. I will write half into mu into v relative square is
mu
equal
into
to m2
v
into
relative
g
square.
into r.
m2gr.
And the other equation for finding normal will be
Normal is
normal
equals
minus
to mg
m2g is
plus
equal to m2 into v relative square
v
by
r.
r.
We can find
So easy to get normal. Very easy.
yes, sir.
Okay, just this.
And even you said the downward normal also.
Normal also we can obtain if downward normal is, let us say, n dash.
m1g
And this
plus
is
m1g
n dash will be equal to just n obtained already plus
plus m1g.
These also we can obtain very
Yes,
easily.
sir.
Very simple task. So, but let us analyze what will be normal when this is not reaching the bottommost point, when it is somewhere halfway or already crossed the bottom point. So that we have to find out. It is in the middle somewhere, or it has already crossed it. Maybe it is about to cross it and it has not crossed it yet. So if I want to do for this particular case, now when this
Also normal we need to find, sir.
we have to find normal again here when it reaches here. From first position to second position when it reaches, then we have to find normal. Or in fact, let me delete the first position now. This
Very large that is.
it has already come to this place, and now we have to find out the normal.
Relative velocity.
So to do this, first of all, what angle does it make with the vertical? Let us say theta. And here it has velocity, relative velocity, let us say v.
Vx, so v.
Then we can write again. Let it has this relative velocity is v here, and it has one component which is horizontal, one component which is vertical. What is the vertical component? Let us write everything in terms of relative velocity. Things will become much easier if you do that way.
Theta.
90, 90
V
minus
cos
theta,
theta, sir. V cos
we write
theta.
v cos theta is the relative velocity along x. That is vx relative. What is
Vy
vy?
relative is v
Vy
sin
is
theta.
vy relative as well as vy in the ground plane, both are same. That is vy
Yes, sir.
relative as well as vy in the ground plane. That is v sin. Then energy for this is equal to half into mu into v relative square log
Vx
x,
square plus
v
Vy
cos square theta plus a half of m2 into, this is m2 mass. It has
Vy
vertical.
square.
Vertical is v square sin square.
Sin square theta is
See,
equal to
how easy the things are becoming when we are already writing variables in terms of relative velocity, the total relative velocity. It is same thing which we are doing last time, but last time I was taking v2y, then v1x, all those things. Here I am not writing even v2y, no subscripts written, just vx, v cos theta, v sin theta. And in terms of those only I am getting kinetic energy. And that kinetic energy is
equals
equal to, that is equal to mg into r cos theta, the
r cos theta.
m2g,
Yes, sir.
m2g I should say.
So you can get V.
Then we can get from here.
V we can get.
Sir, once explain V relative equals V cos theta.
See the diagram once.
Component of V along x.
I want to explain equation. Sir.
I am saying see the diagram once. From the diagram it is clear. This is velocity along the tangent here. If I take its component, then what it will be? It will be horizontal component, x component. X is horizontal. And y is vertical axis.
No force is acting along horizontal, so V relative.
Forces are acting. My God, what? Net external force is zero. Let's net external force is zero. But that has nothing to do with the velocity. If I assume the velocity to be v and its x component will be v cos theta only. What it has to do with if okay, tell me. Okay, let us see. There will be two answers possible. One when the force acts and one when the force does not act. Tell me what will be your answer if the force acts. If I am already saying that this is the v relative, then velocity along x relative will be equal to v cos theta. What force has to do in this? Why are you even thinking about the force now? Tell me what is running in your mind. I don't understand. Tell me how are you even thinking about the force? Say something, please.
Sir, I was thinking that V relative won't be in the direction force acts.
V relative won't be in the direction in which the force acts. V relative need not be in the direction in which the force acts. That is only for one dimensional motion that V relative. Then in that also force may not be in the direction of force. In that also velocity is this side, force may be opposite to that. For example, when we project the body upwards, body is going upwards.
Acceleration is yes.
Why are you thinking that the force has to be in the same direction as the velocity? That is very, very big misconception. In which something from the kinematics also is not clarified till now to you. Force is having independent direction as compared to velocity. Why it has to be same direction? I don't know why that thing also comes into your mind. I never said that force is in this direction, but the velocity will be along the path followed. Path being followed is along this semicircular path in the frame of the wedge. In the frame of this, it will be proper semicircular path. So in that frame, it will be like this only velocity v. I really don't know what you are not understanding. If you are not understanding this thing, then what else you will be understanding? How this comes to your mind, that also I don't know. Say something.
I just confused it here.
What is the source of confusion? I don't know. Velocity has nothing. Velocity is independent. It is because it is following the circular path. In the circular path, what velocity it will have? Any body which is moving in a pure circular path will have velocity along the tangent only. In which side it will be having velocity?
Sir, understood.
Then take the components of this along x, that is vx, v cos theta. What component along y, that is v sin theta.
And again,
And
conservation of mechanical energy.
Then conservation of mechanical energy we wanted to apply, but before
Yes, sir.
that you asked this thing and I stopped here only. This was conservation of mechanical energy.
Energy.
This is equal to M2
M2G
into
R cos theta, sir.
cos theta.
Now normal equation we
Now
can
we
write.
know value of V from here. And next
Yes, sir.
equation will be for normal. Now,
Normal.
not confuse these. These I had written for the different case, which is already over now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
These are not valid now. I am changing
For
the
exactly vertical, that is.
This was for all exactly vertical case. Leave those equations. That was a different question. Now
N
this one,
equals to
normal in which side? Normal will be acting towards this side.
and mg cos
And
theta, sir.
M2G is this side. Component of
Yes.
M2G along this side will become, I think, M2G cos theta.
M2G cos theta. Yes,
Then
sir.
normal minus
M2G cos theta is equal to
cos theta. Wait a second. Pseudo
mv
force.
square by.
Pseudo force will also be there.
Okay, sir.
Will it be there or not? Pseudo force will also be there.
Yes, sir. It will act
Towards right side.
along x
I
axis.
don't have to apply. I don't have to apply pseudo force. I think I can do it without that. Let us do one thing. I told you before that if I have bodies moving in just horizontal direction only, and there are two body systems which are moving in horizontal direction, then I know that force acting on one along x and force acting on two along x, this will be equal, and both will be equal to m1 a1x, and this will be equal to
Equal to
m2
m2 a2x.
when net external force is 0, and that is equal to mu
Is
into
equal
air
to mu
relative along
into
x.
a relative x.
Do I know air relative along x? If I know air relative along x, then also it will be convenient to do that way. But do I know that or not? Let us think about it. Let us say this thing has. I think I don't even know that also. I cannot avoid the equations. I'm trying to desperately avoid these somehow if it is possible. Let us say it has velocity. Sorry, it has acceleration. What we named it? 2 or 1? It was 1, I think.
M2, sir.
So it is A1.
Yes, sir. M1 A1.
Yes, it has A1.
Money.
It has A1, and then pseudo force on this will be A1 back. A1 backwards.
We are getting many unknowns, sir.
M2 into A1 backwards. Not many. These are at most 3, not more than that.
So
And
again,
this
we
question
can
is not
same
tougher than
method.
the last question. In last question also we were getting 3. So that much effort. Maybe there are 3 equations. Solving 3 questions is not that much tough of task. We get several times in physics where we have more than 3 questions to solve in one question only.
NLM we have.
Especially if this question is asked in paragraph, then it will have much advantage because just by solving 3 questions, if you end up getting 2 answers, 2 questions will be there in one paragraph. So if you are able to solve 2 questions by solving 3 questions, then it is not that much of a difficult task, and you should be doing it.
So
rather
time
than-
is sufficient for that.
It will be sufficient. That has sufficient time because in paragraph is it has you can have more time. You can avail more time in that.
10 minutes. We can.
So now, what do we get next? M2 into A2 backwards. Sorry, not A2, A1. Then we can write it as acceleration along horizontal. If I want to write this side,
Then M2 A1 sin
I
theta
can
plus.
write again those equations we are still getting. I cannot avoid those equations. I'm thinking hard, but not able to avoid. Okay, let us write along normal one equation. Along normal, it will be n minus m2g cos theta minus m2 into
M2 A1 sin theta is equal to
into
m
A1
square
sin
by
theta
r,
is
sir.
equal to m into
V square by r.
v square by
R.
r.
Only A1 is unknown.
Only A1 is unknown here now. A1 is unknown and normal is also unknown.
We need to find this.
Normal is also unknown and A1 is also unknown. So we need to find out normal also. So wait a second. What will be equation for the combined system along horizontal? Nothing. Vertical, so it is not cross section.
Sir, if we can find A relative along X.
Can you do it in one equation or two equations? I'm trying to think for that. I don't have worry. We can obviously do this. It is the same question as before. That is not the problem. third equation here, but I'm trying to avoid the equation that I'm not able to avoid. I don't know whether it is possible or not possible. Anyway, this is the second equation. Third equation we already know, that is along the horizontal also I can write if you want. I can say along horizontal it is n sine theta acting on M2A. If it is n sine theta acting on M2A, then I can write n sine theta is equal to M2 into A1. That is our third equation. But again, we end up getting at last three equations only. I think there is no way to avoid these three equations. At least three we need in such cases. You understood why I'm writing n sine theta? This thing, is it right also? No. Right only, I think so. Because if we observe this wedge here, on this normal is acting this side, making an angle theta with the vertical. Then component of normal in horizontal direction. Component of normal in horizontal direction is n into sine theta, which is providing this thing acceleration as
M2 into
A1 backwards. I have chosen wrong direction of acceleration mistakenly. That is not the direction of acceleration. I should not have taken that. I will not change everything now. I will just change sign of acceleration. I write it as
minus
minus of
M2.
M2 into A1. Everything will fall in line again. Okay, I have to write this because I have chosen acceleration in one side and that I should not have done. Now I'm noticing it because n sine theta is acting backwards. But now rather than changing everything from the beginning, don't do that. Just write this equation as n sine theta is equal to minus of M2 into A1, and that will be right equation again. So now these are enough. Now these are enough, and we can solve these and we can get the answers. In the first equation, are we getting v square or not?
So
Yes.
the first equation we can get, sir. V is a known.
So in first equation, we are getting v square. Which equation was first equation? This was conservation of
Half
mechanics.
mu into V cos theta. Conservation
So
of mechanical.
I think this is still advantage as compared to the last. I have minimized the equations here. I'm noticing now. I'm getting fourth equation. I'm writing two only. One is conservation of mechanical energy. Last time, if I notice, then I wrote three fourth equations. Three equations there. One fourth equation, second. One some constant relation equations, etc. I wrote, and it was appearing still it was appearing complicated. Now it is much simpler, I think, compared to last case also. Just three equations and
Now you took directly V, sir, actually, instead of writing.
instead of writing here also, if we do that, then I think it will become easy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let us
Terms will
analyze it
get
thoroughly,
better.
and you should understand that this also can be made easy. It can be made very easy. Let us do that now. So now we are solving from this frame. So I will just take the velocity to be v, and I will start using that, and from there onwards I will be getting the solution. It is v. Then I'm writing again half into mu into v square. Along horizontal it is
V sin theta. V sin theta, sir.
along horizontal, or I can do you want something different or like last time only? Okay, I'm writing like last time only. Half plus half of M2 into v cos theta in this case. In this case, I have taken theta with vertical, so it is v cos theta.
Sir, it was V sin theta.
V sin theta whole square, sir.
Vx equals to V sin theta.
No, we are writing along vertical.
This is along vertical. We are writing half of M2 into v2 y square. Both horizontal kinetic energies are taken into account by this only. Half into mu into v relative square.
Okay.
Along v relative along cos theta. Sorry, sin theta.
Yes, sir. That only I was telling. V cos theta.
That is
Yes,
half into
V sin theta.
v square.
Sin square theta.
That is vx. Complete vx.
Yes, sir.
That is k
Vx
star
equal
along.
to V cos theta.
Plus half of m2 into vy square. Vy square means again v square.
Again V square cos square theta.
Cos square theta is equal to coming from what height?
L
M2g into L.
L sin theta.
L
sin
theta.
theta, sir. L sin theta.
L sin theta.
So this is enough, I think, so to get
V we can get, sir, directly.
value of v we are getting. Now, other equations again I want to minimize. So to minimize this, what I did last time, I took one along the tension,
Cos theta.
and another I wrote t cos theta. I can write for this. I can say in this case I can say one equation is t cos theta is equal to m into a1. Can I say that or not?
Yes, sir.
And another equation I can write as
In normal, intentionally
Along
another
a string
equation.
we
Along
can
with
write.
string, sir.
along the
Along
string I can write along the string for this second mass. For the second mass, if I write along the string, then I get
T minus
M2G
M2G sin theta.
minus m2g sin theta.
m2g sin theta and t minus m2g sin theta.
Yes, sir.
Also m2
equals to
m1a1 pseudo force m2a1
Plus m1a1 cos theta.
plus m2
M2a1
into
cos theta.
a1
m2 a1 cos theta
Cos theta.
cos theta is equal to
Square by L.
Yes, sir. M2
M
v
into
square by
v
r.
square by l
number 1, number 2,
2
number
3
3, and by this equation we are getting answer very easily.
Sorry, M2.
M2 it is.
Yes, sir.
This one was
M2
M1
v
and this
square
one
by
was
L.
M2. So now it is again simple. This way. So I think easiest thing that we are getting is if we start writing not as vy, vx, v2y, then those also become appear as equations. Though that appears as equation of vx relative is v2 this sin theta, and it appears as v cos theta. So rather than writing those separate all variables and writing those as equations, we will just write in terms of v only, and we will start getting answers very fast. In fact, we can minimize these two equations into one. How? That also I will tell you now.
Sir, in second equation also M2a1 I think. T cos theta.
No,
Yes, sir, m2
this is t here. This is t cos theta, and it has acceleration a1.
Oh,
So t cos theta is
okay,
equal
sir. For top you have written.
to- that is right only. It is
we
right.
are seeing down, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
But one more thing I could have done here. I could have written now for the
Correct one, sir. It was.
no,
Sir, here V itself is V relative between A and B. And 2 and 1.
by 2 and 3 I can minimize 2 and 3 also together. I can write it as I can say this thing. I can say
1a1 by cos theta.
M1 A1
by
secant
cos
theta we can write, sir, instead of T.
Secant theta
m1 a1 by secant theta we can write.
Yes.
yes, sir.
And
Then we can get A1 from here and V as known.
or I can do one thing. I can write t cos theta if I do here m2 a2 cos theta. No, but we should be able to do it on the equation in the diagram itself. It is correct that by equations I am getting this, and then I can solve. I can multiply by cos theta, and I can we do this thing in the diagram only? So in order to avoid t, I am noticing that t is the internal force, and I always use the ways to avoid the internal forces. That is my standard way to solve the equations. I always use the ways to avoid the internal forces. So here also I could have done that. I could have avoided the internal force. So let us not take t into account. I will write a new equation now without taking t into account, and that equation will be sigma Fi is equal to sigma Mi Ai along parallel to the string direction. So along parallel to the string direction, there is no tension T acting obviously, but no, there is another problem here. Unfortunately, I could not do that this time because then normal will appear here, extra force along this side. External force will again appear, and normal is also again unknown only. So I think this thing at least I cannot avoid now. It is appearing definitely. I'm not able to avoid it. Anyway, this is also not that tough task. If we are not able to avoid, is it tough? It is not that tough. T cos theta is just m1 a1, and from here also we are getting. So I think I recommend you to solve it in 3 equations. One equation we cannot avoid, which is conservation of mechanical energy equation. We cannot avoid it, otherwise we will not get V. Second equation, we are writing force equation
For the first body.
for that body which is moving in a straight line, whether it is this case or the second case. For that body which is moving in a straight line only, M2A for example here. For that body we are writing the force equation. And third, for the moving body which is moving in a circular path, in the radial path, for that we are writing along radial line. So radial line for which body? For the body which is moving in a circular path. And this one is for the body which is moving in horizontal path, the straight line path.
right line.
This is
Right
for that
line.
part.
X-axis.
So these 2 force equations for 2 different bodies and 1 conservation of mechanical energy. Keep these ideas in mind, and this method will never fail you. Now this we already used for 2 cases. So I want you to use it for the 3rd case so that you can judge that you can do yourself or not. This one was different or not? This is already done. This one is same.
Answer that one. Find velocity.
I think we already did all the cases now. Nothing is remaining. Can we use it here?
We didn't.
Here you use it. Find out for this case. This is slightly different. Find out for this case. In what way it is different? It is different in all those cases, in previous cases. In the beginning, I was releasing the particle from rest. But here initially I am providing the particle as velocity. M2 I am giving velocity initially as u. And then we are trying to analyze the problem. In fact, I can do such things in other cases also. Let me frame such problem. For example, this question also I can ask in this way, that this is a body here, and this was given one horizontal, suddenly impulse it was given, and because of impulse it gained some velocity in horizontal direction, that is v1, and this mass m2 was at rest, and this string was system was initially at rest. But because of the impulse j is equal to m1 into v1, so j does nothing. It gives the velocity to the particle. That velocity, let us say, provided it to be something v or v1, whatever you want to call it. That velocity provided it to be, or u maybe initial velocity provided it u instantaneously, or u is equal to j by m1. Question is, how high will the mass m2 rise as a result? So we know when it tends to go forward, then this m2 has to rise up, no? So how high will mass m2 rise? Can you do this one? How high will the mass m2 rise if I provide it a velocity u? So now it is not starting from rest, obviously. Finally, also the system will not be at rest. Will it be at rest at last? No, because momentum has to be conserved. So it will be this kind of equation this time. If initially, what is the initial momentum in this case? m1 into u, because only it was given that jerk suddenly, sudden velocity was provided to it, sudden impulse was given to it. But what about the other mass? Other mass was at rest only. So it has no initial momentum. So only momentum initially, and that is not p star. It is not in center mass frame. It is actually the real momentum, not in the center mass frame. It is the momentum in the horizontal direction, and in this case the center mass frame is not as a ground frame, because in this case center mass is not at rest. But in the previous cases which we have done, the center mass and ground frame used to be same, because initially system was released from rest. Whenever initially the system is released from rest, then the center mass frame will also be at rest, and the ground frame is also at rest. So these two frames will be same. But wait a second, with one caution. In the previous cases, center mass was at rest only along x-axis. Only along x-axis, I should say, the center mass was behaving like a ground frame. But along y, the center mass was not at rest, because along y-axis, this particle was moving down, but the other particle was staying there only. So there was definitely some velocity along y-axis of the center mass. Okay, anyway, come to this case now. What happens after a long time? After a long time, let us make the position when it makes an angle theta with the vertical, and this is new position of m2. Now this will attain some velocity v, and this will also attain some velocity v. Their velocities have to be equal at the instant when the angle does not increase anymore. Then at that time the velocity will become momentarily equal. Why velocities have to become equal? If I observe from this person's point of view, who is sitting on it, for this person, this block should appear to be coming to it. This bead should, this whatever it is, this tiny object, this should appear to be coming to it, coming to rest with respect to the person who is on the bead. If it appears to come to rest, then it means their relative velocity at that point will be 0. Why should it appear to come to rest? If I am observing from here, and if a body has to cover some maximum height, then where it covers the maximum height, at that place momentarily this particle will be at rest in my frame. Then only it will return back. Is it right or not?
Yes, sir.
If this m2 is at rest with respect to m1, if m2 is at rest with respect to m1 at that moment, then I can also say that velocity of m2 in horizontal direction and the velocity of m1 in horizontal direction at that point will be same. So I can write this equation as m2 into v plus m1 into v, or I am getting m2 plus m1 into v is equal to m1 into u. We are getting v from here, final speed when it is attaining maximum height. And then after that, kinetic energy will be just, both are having same velocity. So half of m1 plus m2 into v square plus potential energy gained m2g into L into 1 minus cos theta, potential energy gained, and kinetic energy gained is coming from the initial kinetic energy, which was half of m1 into u square. How many equations we need to solve it now? Simply 2 equations. Conservation of momentum along horizontal and the conservation of mechanical energy. This was initial kinetic energy. This is final kinetic energy plus change in potential energy.
Change in potential energy.
Okay. Are you understanding this part or not? This equation is conservation of mechanical energy equation. Why is it conservation of mechanical energy equation? Change in potential energy I can write as UF minus UI. So UI I can bring other side. If I bring UI first side, then it will become UI plus KI is equal to KF plus UF. That is change. That is the conservation of mechanical energy. Is it understood now?
Yes, sir.
Understood, sir.
This is simpler question, much simpler. If they ask what is the tension at that instant when it reaches the highest point, can you find that tension when it reaches the highest point? That
E
will be
minus m2g cos theta equals.
that will be again slightly complicated. As I told you before, that we only will do how to. I told you, write one equation along radial line
Yes, sir.
and one equation for M1 only along horizontal line. And from these two, we should get the answers. Okay.
Sir, once again, one equation along m1.
One equation along
Horizontal
radial
direction.
line. Radial line means along the
Radial.
Yes, sir. That is t minus m2g cos
that
theta.
is for M2. That is for M2. Yes. T. What is that equation? Let us write now.
T minus m2g cos theta.
T and M2G downwards. So this side theta T minus M2G cos theta, but that is not enough. Pseudo force because it has acceleration. If it has acceleration A1,
Minus
then pseudo force not
minus
A1
M2
for
A1
again.
sin theta.
Again, I am writing wrong acceleration direction. Acceleration is not in forward direction. Which side the acceleration will be? Acceleration will be obviously along the direction of tension. Tension on this is backwards, so acceleration will be backwards A1. Then pseudo force will be M2
Forward.
A1.
M2 A1, sir.
Then taking the along this side, this is theta, this is 90
Plus
minus theta.
M2 A1 sin theta equals to M2g
E
cos
plus M2 into
M2
A1
A1
sin
sin theta.
minus
M2G cos theta.
equals to mv square by
M2
R.
into.
M2 V square by
L. Yes, sir.
L.
This is the equation one. And one is for horizontal direction for M1. That is T here.
T
M1 has, I can say this
M1
is
A1 here.
T sin
90
theta
minus theta.
equals to
So T sin theta
T sin
T sin
theta
theta
T sin theta equals to
M1.
M1 A1.
yes sir.
What is M2 into V relative square by R? M2 into V relative square by R when it goes to the highest point, then it is V relative is 0 because they attain same velocity. So that I can write as 0. So this is much easier problem again.
Sir, why you took acceleration opposite, sir?
Acceleration will be along the direction of the force acting on it. Force acting on it is in left hand side. Last time I committed this mistake. The same I thought I should avoid it.
Yes.
Last time I took, I should have not taken acceleration this side last time because I know the force acting on this while the ball is here, it will be backward force. So how can the acceleration be right hand side? But I know how I took this sign in the beginning because in the beginning it was running in my mind that I should take the ball here and then suddenly I shifted the location of the ball. But I forgot to shift the location of acceleration, change the location of acceleration or change the direction of acceleration. And as a result, I ended up getting something wrong that not wrong, it is correct only at last, but I have to write this strange equation. Rather than writing force equal to m into a, I am writing force equal to minus m into a here. But yes, it is correct vectorally. Vectorally, it is same thing as f equal to m into a only. Okay.
Sir, one, can we say V itself is the relative velocity?
Can we say?
V relative is itself the relative velocity. Why? Because we are writing U relative equals to V cos theta, no, sir. Ux relative equals to.
What is this boy saying here? I don't know. What?
Sir, here V relative equals to V cos theta we have written, no, sir.
V relative is equal to? It is
V
Vx
cos theta.
relative.
X
Yes,
relative.
sir. Vx relative
Vx relative is equal to V cos theta.
equals to V cos theta. That means we consider V itself is the relative velocity.
V is the net relative velocity.
Yes, sir. That,
V is net relative and it is x component of the relative.
yes, sir.
You can write down that V is the net relative velocity. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In the frame of M1 it is. Yes.
So this you are able to do. What other questions now?
So take this question, sir.
Which one? This one? Okay, let me take this one. In fact, I can do here only. Here also we have space left. I can take it here. Question was, it was thrown with velocity u. What is the maximum height raised by m2? No friction anywhere. Yes, one thing you should remind me that I am likely to forget otherwise. There are two masses tied with this string, m1 and m2. m2 is given certain impulse, certain velocity v. What will be the position vectors of m1 and m2 after at certain time after this? The system is kept on frictionless horizontal surface. What is the distance covered by m1? What is the distance covered by m2? These questions. These also I have to take. Yes, first let us answer this one. Then after that I will go to those questions. Find maximum height raised by m2. I'm giving you some time to think on it and try to solve it. Let me drink water by that time. Okay, so I'm coming in 2 minutes.
Okay.
So did you get some idea?
Yes, sir. M1 minus M2 into U square by root 2G.
First of all, understand what happens when this ball reaches here. At that time, do you understand that their horizontal velocities will become equal? Because this wall is vertical here. It is quarter of the circle. I told you last time that it is quarter of the circle. The wall becomes vertical here. If the wall becomes vertical, then we have constant relation which states that along the normal, the velocities have to be equal. This is the direction of normal acting on this. On this, normal is acting this side. And on this, normal is acting this side, on this surface. This is a line in which normal acts. So along the line of normal, the velocities have to be same or not? Say something.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If along the line of normal, velocities have to be same, then if it has some horizontal velocity, let us say at that instant of time, it has horizontal velocity, what should I call it? Maybe VH. Then this will also have same horizontal velocity VH, but additionally, it will have some vertical velocity also. Let us call Vx horizontal and Vy vertical. Vx and Vy. So what is the total energy at this instant of time? Can we find it out? Or what happens after that? After that, this ball A, which rises up here, will it fall back again on this track or will it fall somewhere here?
It will fall somewhere.
Somewhere on this flat track or on this curvilinear track only? Where will it fall?
Curvilinear track only.
Curvilinear track only, sir.
Here only.
At curvilinear track, it will fall at the top point only or at somewhere in the down somewhere.
No, sir, directly it will fall back
Sir,
to linear path.
The top point.
At top point only, sir.
That point.
Exactly, it will fall back at the same point.
Yes, sir.
Why will it fall back at the same point? Because
Only
A-
vertical component. Yes.
because A and what is A? A is M2. M2 and M1 both are having same horizontal velocities. So M2, if I'm looking from the frame of M2, M1, this is M1, this is M2. If I'm looking from the frame of M1, then M2 will appear to be moving just vertically up and coming vertically down.
Yes.
In the frame of M1, M2 will appear to be just going vertically up and coming vertically down because in the frame of M1, M2 has no horizontal velocity
velocity.
because
Yes.
their velocities in horizontal directions are equal. So their
Equal.
relative velocity in horizontal direction will be
Zero.
zero. So therefore M2 just goes vertically up and comes down vertically down and it lands on this again and then falls back. And when it comes back again, then we have to find out that with what velocity it comes back again, which M2. What are the final velocities of M1 and M2? Final does not mean when it rises up. Okay, I asked you one question. What is the maximum height raised? That is one question. Second is, what are the final velocities? Final velocities after M2 comes back and then M1 starts going forward up to that time. We have to find the total final velocities. So we can do this way now. First of all, when it rises the maximum height, let's say it rises the maximum height as h. Then I can write the equation as M2GH, potential energy gained,
Is equal to
plus kinetic energy,
half. Yes.
M1 plus M2 into, both are having same velocity along horizontal, Vx square, plus M2 has extra, M2 has extra,
Device.
Vy square. Notice I'm not writing here half into mu into V relative square because we are not solving from the center of mass frame. We are solving just from the ground frame only.
Yes, sir.
And here center of mass frame is different from the ground frame. In some cases, in which cases center of mass frame is same as ground frame? I am asking again and I have said before also again. Listen it carefully. In which cases center of mass frame will be same as ground frame? When center of mass will be initially at rest and it continues to be at rest. Because it is understood if center of mass is at rest, then that frame is also the ground frame. Then I can use which formula also? Then I can use formula of half into mu into V relative square also. I can use that formula. Okay. Does half into mu into V relative square gives us net energy in that frame? No, it gives us only which component? Only one of the components.
Except only X component, sir.
It
Again,
gives
Y
only that.
component.
Other component it is not able to give us because it gives us that component in which direction the momentum values are, magnitude wise are equal. If I give you a situation where momentum is coming out to be equal along some other direction, then half into mu into, then I should take not V total, I should take Vx V, that axis I will take as X and I will take half into mu into Vx square again. And then in that direction it will be obtained, kinetic energy will be obtained. Okay, so in one particular direction we are able to obtain kinetic energy from that. And in which direction? In the direction where the momenta are magnitude wise equal. Now, Anyway, this is the total energy finally, and this comes from just one energy, and that was of m1, and that m2, sorry, that was of m2, half of m2 into u square. How many unknowns? Can we get the
3
answer?
unknowns.
Can we get the answer? We have to still use one more equation. This is one equation only. COME. I have not even used yet what? Conservation of
Conservation of
momentum,
momentum along x
Vx is equals
which will
to
be m2 into u, initial momentum, plus second has momentum 0 because second was at rest. Means this first was at rest, m2 has u velocity, is equal
M1
to
plus
at last m1,
plus m2
and also write COPx along x axis it is conserved, not along y.
1 plus m2 into
1 plus
M1
m2 into Vx.
M1 plus M2
only which velocity?
into
only along x.
Vx.
Only along x.
Vx. Yes, sir.
So now we know Vx, and we can put this Vx in this place. Then I think
Yes,
we are
sir.
ready
Yes,
to
sir.
go.
We getting Vy.
We are ready to go. We can get now again. We can get it easily again.
Vy also need to know. H is unknown.
Vy we are able to get. No, sorry. Vy is known.
No, sir, we need to find Vy.
No, not. Wait a second. Sorry. I did something wrong here. This we don't need to take here. I'm already saying that when it reaches the maximum height, then the
Velocity is 0,
should be
sir.
Vy 0.
Velocity is
velocity of
0.
y will
Yes,
be
sir.
Vy is equal to 0 at
Yes, sir.
maximum
Maximum.
height. Only at maximum height. I'm not saying that it cannot have Vy here. Here it can have. But I'm not writing equation up to this. I'm writing equation up to
We are
that
calculated
where
maximum
it
height.
reaches the maximum height. I'm writing up to that. If I want to write up to this, then I will take just r. Why should I take maximum?
GR.
I will take the radius r only.
Yes. Then we need to consider Vy also.
Then we need to consider
plus
Vy
then
also.
I will write like this. Then I will change it into r, and
R.
this term I will
Yes, sir.
change into half of m
Then Vy we can
Vy.
find.
Vy square. Then I will
Vy
get
in terms
Vy
of
from
R.
here, and after that also I can get again height. How to get height again from Vy? Vy square by 2g is equal to h minus r.
Yes, sir.
Already it is r below it, so
Projected upwards, so simply.
from here it is projected up. It is acting like initial velocity from here. So Vy square by 2g
Yes,
is
sir.
equal to h minus r. That way also we can do. But why should we do all that? I am not doing that here. Here
Direct.
I am just taking the second term to be 0, Vy 0, and rather than taking m2gr, I am taking just total
M2GH.
m2 into g into h. Then it is so simple to obtain again. Very easy answer. I think, right? Yes,
In Vx there we can get. Yes.
there we will be getting.
we can get it now.
Then only one first equation is enough.
Yes, sir.
One equation is enough now. We can understand it. I could have done it in this way. I could have written it as m2gh plus this I can write as p square by 2 into m1 plus m2 in terms of the momentum. And
Can
that I
write,
can
sir.
write as p square by 2 into m2 in terms of momentum. So momentum we know what was p value. P value is equal to
M2U, sir. M2U.
M2U.
This is also we can write the equation. So this equation has crux of both the equations, because when I'm saying here also p and here also p, it means I have already applied the conservation of momentum. So sometimes we can do like that. No need to separately apply conservation of momentum. Write conservation of mechanical energy equation in such a way. Write that equation in such a way that the conservation of momentum already comes inside that. So this comes here because I'm not writing different momentum finally, and I'm not writing different momentum initially. Both momentum along x-axis I have taken to be p only. So by single equation we are getting the answer now. If I write this way, then it's much better. This is best equation now. This way we should write. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I think this is easier for you. But once
Yes, sir.
thing is still pending. Which is pending here? Second part is pending. Final velocities.
Yes, sir.
No, these are not the final velocities. They don't stop there. The particle which goes up, it will not stop there only. It will return back. So final velocities will be those which it will be gaining on its way back. On its way back. What was its mass? M2. Let its velocity at last
M2.
be V2. And the velocity of the path, this track, let the velocity of the track at last be V1. These are the final velocities which we want to obtain.
Track M1.
I think we can still do this easily. How to do? We will do it like this. I will assume finally that momentum conservation. What is this mass here? M1. M1 V1 minus M2 V2 is equal to what? Say something.
M1 U.
M2U.
M1
M2U,
M2U, sir.
M2U, sir.
M2 into U.
M2U.
One equation.
Yes, sir.
Second equation I will take
Conservation.
of mechanical energy.
Mechanical energy.
Second equation I will take conservation of linear momentum, and that is no, sorry, this was
The
conservation.
reverse UX.
Momentum
already-
is downwards conservation.
Second I will take COME. COME will be half of M1 V1 square plus half of M2
M2 V2
square.
V2
that is
square.
equal to half M2U square.
MG hit.
M2U square.
M2
Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay,
But
sir.
how to solve these two? Some students will get stuck here. They will just write the equation and they will say, sir, we kept on solving it, but we could not get
U
down.
is unknown, no, sir. V1 and V2 are unknowns. Two equations.
Substitution method you can use. If you are not getting any idea how to simplify, then at least just replace in terms of one variable. For example, maybe put V1 as V1 we can write as M2 into U plus M2 into V, M2 into U plus
Plus
M2 into V2
into
Yes, sir. U plus
whole
V2
divided by
M1
M1.
equals to V1.
substitute in
One, sir.
V1.
V1. Yes.
And then write this V1 here. Then our equation will be only in terms of V2. It is just a quadratic
V2.
equation in terms of V2. We can get V2 and we can get V1 also.
V2 and U, sir.
What?
You already know.
U we know. U is not unknown here. U is known to us.
no, no.
It will give
Still
us
only
equation
initial
only in terms
velocity.
of one variable. V2 is the variable here. V2 is the unknown here.
We can solve.
Can we solve it?
Sir, time up, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
we can solve.
Time is over now.
We can.
Time over, sir.
Yes, sir.
10 minutes extra
12:50,
also.
sir.
It's extra also.
Okay. Just wait a second. For tomorrow, let me tell you what I will take, and then we can conclude this discussion. Here I have very good trick actually to do this. In fact, orally I can get this answer if I have to do it. But to know that trick, first of all, you should know something called as coefficient of restitution. So because that is not for this week's syllabus, but
Next week, sir.
during the collisions, you remind me again. At that time, I will do it. I will tell you such a way so that you can do it almost orally. This question, and I think the last question also. These both questions we can do very fast by using some method of coefficient of restitution. The last question, otherwise, also was very fast only. It was not tough. That is also good enough. But this method I will do by coefficient of restitution. Okay, but not now. In the next week. And this question I will ask you here that if there is a spring mass system here, this also I will take tomorrow, tomorrow, and this is given velocity initially u1, and this is given initial velocity u2, and this is mass m1 and this is mass m2. Then what are the range of speeds? Number one, find the range of velocities of M1 and M2, and second is find the range of speeds of M1 and M2. These are not similar, somewhat different. Sometimes it can be different because velocities can become negative, but the speeds cannot become negative. Second question I want to take definitely tomorrow. That is M1 and M2 are lying on a frictionless surface. It is provided some initial velocity u, length is l, and then the system is left to move on its own. So we have to analyze it. That what path will be followed, what will be the path followed or trajectory, etc. Those things. Path followed, equation of trajectory, etc. Radius of curvature, etc. Radius of curvature, and this analysis means in-depth analysis of this. This will not be a single problem. I will make it into several problems, and I will ask this completely in-depth analysis we will do for this. And I think one question was also there. Which was there? What was that? Did I say something else?
Hungry is here.
Pathfinder question.
This question is also there. One more question is pending, and these questions I had in mind, and there was one more question which I had in mind, and right now I'm not able to recall it. What was that? Okay, so at least these we should keep in mind. These ones. There was one other thing here which I'm forgetting right now. And anyway, that Pathfinder problem also. When we release it, then it may not be like this. It may be like this also. Hemisphere, and it is being released. That also can be there. We can discuss this problem. Okay, then Let us end it now.
Take HCV doubts also, sir, tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
HCV doubts I will take after this is over.
Because tomorrow is last day, sir.
Tomorrow
Or
last.
do we have last day tomorrow only? Tomorrow is Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Yes, sir,
Saturday we
Friday,
are having
last day.
exam.
Today we are having exams.
This time it was lot of syllabus. We had center of mass
And
and
unit test also, sir.
so many
Yes,
things
sir.
are
Work
there.
for energy also need to revise.
Mhm. Okay.
Full
Okay, then
of work
tomorrow I will
for
take
energy,
no
sir.
problem. I will cover all these things.
Extra classes, extra classes.
You want extra class today?
Take some extra
Sir,
classes.
listen first.
Sir, today we should do HCV, sir.
Sir,
Yes,
we
sir.
No,
didn't
sir.
have practice
We do
first to do extra
problems.
class.
Or I can do one more thing also probably. Maybe I will make a video lecture separately. You don't have to attend it, and I will post it and for you if I get time. I will see if I in the but that also when I will be able to get time in the
ఈ
night.
క్లాస్ కావడానికి కష్టంగా ఉంది సార్, దానికి రావడం ఇంకా కష్టం.
In the night I may be able
Don't
to get
speak in
time.
Telugu.
Okay. Anyway, I'm ending it now.
Thank you,
sir.
Okay.
Sir, bye, sir.
Bye.
ఇక్కడికే కష్టం. ఎక్స్ట్రా క్లాస్ కవర్ వస్తారా?
Rest for the
You only know the current count.